Hello everyone, thank you for joining me, OddsForecaster, and this is our newest video, and we are reviewing a race at Woodbine. And what was interesting about this race and why I wanted to share it with you is because what we have here is an interesting race where we are going to focus on two things. One, the PPAs, and the big money drop that I have discussed many times before, and this is a great example to show you. So I wanted to share that with you. So let's go over that now. And as we're scanning here, it's a large field, 14 horse field, and where some people may find it very difficult to handicap such a field, and they are quite challenging. But as we could see, the favorite did get a lot of action throughout the 25-minute to post. But the other two horses of interest here were the 6 horse and the 10 horse. And even as far back as 24 minutes to post, you could see that our odds were projected to be at around 6, and when the win odds were at 15 to 1. Not only did you see that the win odds converged to where we had originally said they were going to be, uh, we signaled this divergence to you. And this is what we call PPA. And if we look at it also here on the number 6 horse, we started off with about a 9 to 1 compared to the 14. And this maintained for quite a long time, about 15 minutes compared to here. There's another about 9 minutes. And there was no other PPAs on the board to focus on. So with that in mind, I wanted to show you something else. And I'm going to show you the results of this race in a moment. And the other thing that we look for are these big sudden drops, like this one here on the number 3 horse. And what's interesting about that, and I have had other occurrences where these would happen somewhere in the middle, sometimes 10, 15 minutes to post. It's certainly not uncommon. Um, but generally the interesting is when they 2 minutes to post, time right here, all the way up to 0 post, um, you have these big money drops. And these drops in the odds themselves, what's interesting about this one is that the win odds did go down with it also somewhat, but that doesn't have to be. The interesting thing is then when our line goes down from 23 to 14, that's something telling. And the other point to show is that the lowest it's been was 17. So not only did the money drop push the line down, it pushed it to a new low. And that's the important distinction, because you do have a similar event here, but it didn't penetrate the low. And so although this is interesting, if it was the only one, I'd be interested in looking at it a little bit more closer. But this is a far better one. As you can see, it just plummeted right below the other levels. And I wanted to show that to you. So now let me show you the results. And as we can see here, and I'll zoom in on it for you a little bit, 610.3. So we had a PPA, and a big nosedive towards the end. Now, that paid quite the nice Exacta, a 20 cents trifecta, paid quite handsomely. And even if you just took the big money drop to show, that paid quite handsomely as well. But the main focus here is when you are looking at these PPAs, they are telling you something very important, and they're telling you things that you are not able to see normally in the win pool. And these aren't favorites. They're not exactly second favorites either. These are quite large odds, and they show you who else is live. And that's the great takeaway from this one right here. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully in the future races that you're watching, you're able to see these type of reactions. I like to wait for big things like this. I know a horse like that is live. He's going. The PPAs, love to have him in my combinations. And, when you don't always want to look at the favorite because they bet him down so much, it really doesn't offer any value in that case. But you can also protect yourself by taking them in combinations as well, um, just to cover your bet. And thank you for joining us, and hope to have another video for you soon. Thank you.